Hello, hello. Today we're going to be talking about cars that are super overrated, that people hype up too much, and all in all just are not good either for the price, for the performance, maybe reliability, stuff like that. This list is going to have 5 cars that I believe score really high on this list, or really low, whichever way you want to interpret it. Um, yeah. So kicking off this list at number 1 is going to be the Nissan GTR. I'm talking about the newest one, the R35. This car, I don't know why every single YouTuber on YouTube buys one of these things, but they're not really that amazing anymore. Sure, back in 2009 or whenever they first came out, back when they were super cheap, they were amazing cars for the money, but nowadays you can buy pretty much anything like a Corvette, and the Corvette is equally as good or even better than the GTR. And the Corvette doesn't get as much praise on the internet as the GTR. Now the GTR is a cool car, but it isn't what it used to be. At number 2 on this list is going to be the not the but any BMW from the 90s to the early 2000s. I'm talking about the BMW E30, the M3s, even the M5. These cars, don't get me wrong, they're super fun. They look awesome. Um, they're pretty quick for their time, even quick for today, depending on which one. But the thing that is overrated about these cars is their reliability and how I don't know how quick people perceive them to be and how good they handle. Now, older BMWs do have very good steering feel, very good handling, but not very much power compared to today's standards. And there's no reason that BMW M3 and E46 should be going for as much as it is. A clean one with the manual transmission with the hard top still goes for about $15,000 to $20,000, and people on the internet rave about this car like crazy, thinking that it's the best thing in the world, the king of the street. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Number 4 is going to be the Bugatti Veyron. Now, the Bugatti Veyron, I'm pretty sure the only reason this car is even going to make it on the list today and why people rave about it on the internet is because it's used in so many rap songs, like the one by Rick Ross. That's a pretty good song, to be honest, but still, this thing is worth $2 million. I'm pretty sure the ones that have been sold in the past are pretty much appreciating. I think they are, at least. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But I feel like it's one of those cars that does appreciate just because no matter how, like, what time it is, no matter what era, no matter what generation it is, I feel like this car will never die out. Especially since the new Chiron is coming out. Um, this car is just going to keep on getting more popular and rare and rare. And eventually nobody's going to want to drive them anymore since they're worth so much money. Now, this thing does have a crazy amount of horsepower. I think it's like 1,001 horsepower out of a 8-liter W16, which is two V8s mashed together, which I think it's a Bentley engine, to be honest, but I'm not too sure. However, this thing is pretty insane, but with how many like 8-year-olds that I see saying, "Oh my God, the Bugatti is like the best car in the world," it's like, no, it's not. You can buy so many cars worth even like half of the price tag that would be more like a lot more diverse and interesting than just buying one Bugatti that costs way too much money. And number 1 on this list is going to be the Toyota FRS slash Subaru BRZ slash 86. Now, don't get me wrong, the fact that Toyota and Subaru are even making this car is really cool. They're offering a pretty cheap car for low money that has great performance. The horsepower isn't there, but the handling is there. But with how many people talk about this thing on the internet, of how like good handling it is, how amazing it is, how fast it is, which doesn't make any sense. Um, a lot of those claims aren't true. The handling one is definitely true. I have driven one before. The tires could use some more grip, but other than that, the car is point and shoot. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Point and shoot kind of car.